Yo, what up, Good morning, GMG. Woo, Monday, November 11th. That's 11/11, by the way. 2020. 4. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. This show is dedicated in honor of our fallen soldiers who allowed us to have a good life. The millennials, this generation, our generation, we're able to have a pretty good life thanks to those folks who went out there in the trenches while the Zoomers are in different kind of trenches. Actually, nowadays, how things have changed. But anyways, today I got my co-host in the house, Tyler Logan. Good morning. Woo, it's a bull market, baby. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Tyler Logan, how you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic. First off, we love our veterans. Thank you to everyone who has served. Just again, for all of your service. What a weekend, man. I was at the water park, but was still able to cut away from the family here and then every few hours to check in, make a few trades. So I stayed active. Can't leave the computer for too long.
No,
this time of year.
It's not the time to have to remember that you have kids. Okay. This is where you sub out. Okay, this is where you sub out, and you're like, wifey, please. But it's a bull market. Logan, how you doing today? Good morning.
Yeah, doing really, really well. Sun is still shining here, despite moving into mid-November, and of course, shining very brightly on the market as well. So tough to wake up feeling too bad today.
Yeah. If you woke up feeling bad today, probably in the wrong bags. But I think everything is up. So I think no matter what, it's genius season. You could close your eyes and buy something. It'll probably be up tomorrow morning. So we're looking good. We're looking good. Anyways, to the show today, market report as usual. So we don't have Mando today, but we'll go through the market, of course, and then we'll be going to Thailand's top 1,000. We got Logan on. So Logan, zoo animal expert, AI expert, all that stuff. Trench expert. I mean, it's trench season. I mean, we got to get Logan on. I need to download Logan. So much stuff happened in AI. I saw some coin go to like 50 mil overnight, and Zero Bro dumped over it. Like, I need the zoo animal and like AI lowdown on this show because it's gone too crazy. And then arbitrum update. So we'll go over usually we do it on Mondays. We haven't. We've been doing it on like different days, but it's back on the Mondays. So ARB update as usual. Thanks to our partners there. And then the Robot loot box spins will not take over today because it's Monday, but back at it tomorrow for the rest of the week, every single day. And last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. Where is my read? With seamless built-in monetization tools, Galaxis enables development of sustainable long-term communities, fulfilling Bitcoin's vision of decentralized freedom and independence from centralized control. Check out Galaxis XYZ on X. The fam, they'll be with us at the Art House Miami, which, by the way, we're announcing dates today. Let's go. And without further ado, Tyler, feels like we have a lot to talk about today. Let's recap this weekend and talk about the top 1,000.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. Folks, there's a lot of top stories, but I'm going to start with Bitcoin. It is all-time high season, printing all-time highs every day right now. Bitcoin is up 4% at 82,750 right now. ETH even on the day at 3,200 sold. At 219. That's a new all-time high by market cap as well. Sui leading alts this weekend. It's up 70%. It's at all-time high right now. Doge hit a 3-year high at 30 cents. That's $42 billion. That's the highest it's been since October 2021. Coinbase stock, $308 this morning. That's the highest it's been since November 2021. We've got Bernstein, the massive investment company and fund manager, telling people to buy Bitcoin and crypto ASAP. So that is the message going out to retail and mainstream here this morning. In ETF news, we saw a little bit of a cool down on the Bitcoin side, but ETH picking up. ETH ETFs saw their 2 biggest days in their history. on Thursday and Friday, and many are expecting those to continue. A few other pieces of news here. Coinbase rolled out a Get 50 campaign giving users $50 in Bitcoin, and then Hashkey Capital and Decrypt have launched Layer East Media, a new collaborative network that unites APAC's leading Web3 publications to support Western projects in navigating the region. I'm sure we'll talk about that later on in today's show. In protocol news, we're starting to get some early details on Jupiter's Juperary 2025. Some initial info starting to leak out, more expected this week. Polymarket has teased a token airdrop in its rewards claims, though that has not been officially confirmed, but it sure seems like one is coming. And then LFJ, formerly Trader Joe's, has announced its token mail product will go live on Solana here this week.
Damn.
The meme coin streets, the majors are Mega Green, Doge up 20%, Shiba up 10%, With up 20%. We've got Binance announcing surprise spot listings for PNUT and ACT.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Sorry.
They went to $500 million. These things went absolutely nuclear on the news, but it was a big weekend for a lot of names. Flog, new all-time high at 600 million. Goat hit 950 million before pulling back a bit this morning. Mudang hit 440 yesterday. It pulled back a bit as well. Nero hit 1.1 billion. Sense is the new AI runner of the night. It's up 16,000% overnight. Perhaps Logie will have more info on that. In the NFT streets, was a solid week for ETH NFTs. They closed even maybe a little bit up, with ETH up a bit. So we'll take that. The Bitcoin NFT leaders, though, very great. Node Monkey's up 19%. Puppets up 27% overnight. And those Runes leaders were also green. Pups at 290, Gizmo at 40, BDC doing well. We have Doodles teasing a new studio where users will be able to quest, craft, trade, chat, and earn rewards. And then new teasers from OpenSea 2.0, folks. Retroactive airdrop looks to be.
Oh my God. That is gonna be a cook.
Retroactive airdrop. So that's the rundown. There's a lot we can get into.
Okay. I lost track of absolutely everything you just talked about. There is so much there. I mean, this was a week. Like, this was a kind of, I was telling the boys in the studio before, type of weekend where I brought this desk chair, mouse, the mouse, the fucking keyboard, the computer, like everything was downstairs because I wanted to change air. So I was downstairs also so I could be with Vanessa while she was watching TV. So I was just all day. This type of weekend where I spent 12 hours a day on 16. I don't even know. I think it's I forget, like 12 to 16 hours on the screen. Still got the workouts in though. Hey, remember to stay healthy, but a little bit of air as well. But this is definitely lock-in season. I mean, where do we even start? We should start with Bitcoin, right?
Let's start with
we have to start with Bitcoin. I mean, look at it. It's going as you're going. Guys, are we going to hit 85K today or what?
I mean, so 85K, that's another.
I'll tell you what it is. It's nothing.
5%.
85K is another nothing now. Because keep in mind, 1% candles are now like 85K is not even like, this, like 2%, bro. It's
basically $800 now. So, I mean, it's in play.
2.5%. That's all 18K, 85K is now.
There's no number below like 150 that you could throw out for a 2024 number and surprise me. But interestingly, before we all get like super euphoric, so Kobe's tweet, he said that 80K to 100K is the hard road. 100 to 150K is the easy road.
250K. He
said 100 to 250. Oh, I misread the tweet.
I think so. Or maybe it was my hopium injection. But I think it was 250.
Let's find out for ourselves. So Kobe, and you said what, 250?
I thought it was 100 to 150. We'll see.
No, he said 250.
Okay. Wow.
So someone said Kobe is absolutely correct. 80K to 100K, maybe a grind, but 100K to 250 will come swiftly. That's where people will give up. But let me see. I can't find Kobe's actual tweet. But I can find it while you talk about Bitcoin. Yeah,
I think the core idea here is, I mean, we're getting the fund managers starting to tell people, they're trying to hit people over
83K. Sorry, I just had to. 83K. Let's fucking go.
Is wild action here. Yeah, they're saying like to buy crypto ASAP, but it feels like 100K is the magic number where people will just have to capitulate in. And it's like, hey, we need exposure to this asset. And like, what individual stocks on the board are you going to pick that you think outperforms? Bitcoin at 100K, if you think it's going to 150K, like maybe Nvidia, maybe Tesla. I don't know. Like,
well, you know,
what would you pick? Maybe Coinbase.
Yeah, Bernstein in that thing from this morning, Tyler, indicated Robinhood. It said maybe one other thing. I'm trying to scroll through the bottom here. Robinhood and MicroStrategy, it listed. Not necessarily as outperformers or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting that they noted two additional equities alongside. Plus the Bitcoin miners, too, they talked about in that.
In MicroStrategy, I'm basically levered Bitcoin. So, yeah, certainly I understand that one.
Yeah, they're buying another $2 billion this morning.
Yeah, Sailor's got another $2 billion at $74,000 average buy-in price.
MicroStrategy acquires 27,200 BTC 2 hours ago.
They're already up 10% on that buy.
How rich is this guy going to be?
One of the richest, for sure. I mean, Elon's going to be in the stratosphere.
I mean, Elon's going to be a trillionaire by the time Trump's done, right?
Yeah. So Sailor's not quite there, but he's moving on up.
I mean, $1 trillion for Elon is just a 3x from here.
Is he at 330? Wow.
Yeah, he's at 300 bill because he hit it this weekend.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he could definitely get there.
He hit 300. He's at 304 actually, guys.
I think Tesla could triple the next 4 years.
There it is. Yeah, it is. So someone, thank you. It's Brian. So that's the tweet here. The hard road goes from 80 to 100. The easy road goes from 200 to 250. So it's very plain and simple. Yeah.
I mean, I think you have to, if there's even a small chance that that's true, like you have to prepare yourself for that, right? Like you don't want to have been showing up every day and not benefit.
How do you prepare? That's just like, that's the most difficult part for me is I feel comfortable with the exposure I have, but these numbers are almost unfathomable. You know what I mean?
I guess there's lots of ways to prepare.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Logan?
I just mean like it for so long, you know, we've been talking about and throwing out these sort of arbitrary numbers, or, you know, you don't have to call them arbitrary if you don't wish with TA and whatever, but they just seemed like stratosphere numbers. They seemed like, you know, impossible scenarios. And now they are very much in the realm of possibility, you know, like in the range of outcomes, they're non-zero, very much non-zero. And that's something for a long, long time. I think I was struggling with. Maybe bear market phenomenon. I don't know. But, you know, you heard and saw those pie in the sky numbers and you think to yourself, like, how the hell could we actually ever get there? You know, and you're starting to get the glimpse of how we could get there. So
have you seen the Doge chart?
I spent a lot of time
Doge yesterday, actually.
It's up another like 20% today.
It's up 95% this week. It's now 44 billion.
Today's candle is already another 10%, but people realize like 10% on Doge is like $1 billion.
It's whiff. Yeah, it just added whiff.
It just adds whiff. That's great perspective. It's probably bullish whiff, actually. Fuck.
It's the number 6 meme.
100% candle.
It's number 6 crypto token in market cap now.
Look at this. 100% and since yesterday.
So here's the thing. One of the takeaways here, and we were speculating on this just a few weeks ago, right? Is like in a golden bull run cycle, is it going to be the old guard memes or is it going to be the new ones?
Oh my God, guys.
It looks like it's going to be both, but
yeah, definitely both.
I mean, Doge is leading the way. Like,
Doge is too ingrained in the fabric. You know, like
this is Doge first. Like, you needed this, and now it's like confirmation for me that like the rest are gonna go. Like yesterday, you know, I've been talking about Whiff being like, okay, like this Whiff in the room with us right now. Does it know it's a fucking bull market? And for what it's worth, like I went for revenge trades this weekend. It aged well. Because as soon as it broke out 228 level, it was obviously in the 3.2, which it did. But hey, that's all I needed to know that Whiff is gonna be this like a runner this cycle, right?
This was a good sign for the whiff holders here. It was looking a little, it wasn't looking like that great, right?
I mean, our cup and handle aged pretty well, right? Like cup, handle, breakout. We did it again.
Season. We called it cup and handle season.
Well, did you see Whiff got the Gemini?
Boom.
Or was it Kraken? Sorry, the Kraken USA listing.
Yeah, I love Kraken, by the way, to death. It's my exchange of choice. I use Kraken all the time. It's my favorite. But I don't know if it moves coins. So, so it listed Mock forever ago. It listed Pepe and Whiff on spot recently. Mm-hmm. It's a good signal, though, right? Like it's a good brand.
It's a good signal. You flooded me out of a good chunk of my whiff bag. I have to be honest. So I'm meant to figure out how to get back into it.
Did you buy something else with it?
I rotated to other memes that I thought might have higher ROI, which it looks like they still will. So I'm not upset about it. But man, it's tough. The majors. I don't think the majors outperform the top mid tiers from an ROI standpoint, but they could.
I mean, Solana is outperforming WIF, right? Even right now, like WIF gave back most of the pump yesterday, and Solana went to 220. So you're fine, right?
Let's see. No, WIF's up 50% of the week. Solana's up 35. So WIF's got it.
Okay, yeah, it's true. That one yesterday, that was like the. You're right. Yesterday was really the one, like where it was like caught up to that lagging, right?
We'll get deeper into memes. I want to come back to the majors a bit.
Let's talk about that.
So let's talk ETH.
Let's talk. You know what? Let's talk about ETH because that's one of my biggest bags now. Ironically,
we've done our fair share of flooding on the show, but
let me remove all this for you guys. It's a bunch of liquidation prices and take prices. All right. Let's talk about ETH.
Yeah, I like the setup here. So I think we started chattering about the ETH ETFs starting to pick up volume in the last few shows. We're starting to see signs that's happening. So 80 million in inflows on Thursday, 86 million in inflows on Friday. That's the two biggest back-to-back days the ETH ETFs have had in their entire existence. And the Bitcoin ETFs, right? We've been talking about forever that they're just seeing massive inflows. It's not a crazy stretch to think people are going to start looking at the next one, right? And start looking for the catch-up trade. And ETH is still 40% off all-time high.
I mean, ETH is so far off all-time high, right? Like when you think about it compared to the rest.
Off all-time high.
Here, let's do the math here on the show. You guys can still see my screen, right?
34%.
So 26. Depends what you.
I was looking at CoinGecko.
Depends what you count as all-time high. So I don't count like this, right? Like this here. Like, okay, fine. Yeah, here. Like 20. Okay. On CoinGecko, 24? Oh, wait. Sorry. So this cycle's high. My bad.
Yes, I know we were higher than that.
So this cycle's high. So that's even more bullish to me. Like I'm like, this is going to go 20% this week.
So what was this cycle's high? I can't see.
Cycle high was 20%. So cycles were 4,000, for 3,800. And then if we're trying to tap all-time high, then you're right, Logan. Like, let's say 4,600. Let's call those the real all-time high. Like we kissed 4,800, but 45%. So there's a 45% trade to be had here.
It feels like it's just clear skies to 4K, right? And then I don't know what the path from there to 48 or 5K looks like. It's probably a little bit tougher. But this feels like the obvious catch-up trade.
May 21 high. That makes sense, Tyler.
And I actually like ETH more than Sol here, I think, for the next couple months. Sol's got the huge unlocks coming. All the ETH sellers are gone. Right?
Exhausted.
And I'm still incredibly bullish Solana memes, and I think Solana will continue to get the tailwinds from that. But from a majors perspective, I think from narratives with the ETFs, I like the setup for ETH, I have to say.
Yeah. I mean, listen, before the market opened this morning, I longed some ETH before coming on the show. So I was a little out of focus when we started, but it was down, guys. It was, I woke up this morning, it was 31.50. It was 32.20 when I went to bed. And it was 32.50 this weekend, 32.70, which is an important resistance line. Like, I look at it today, I think today's inflow numbers are going to be ridiculous. I think ETH is going to turbo pump at 7 p.m. once Tree News of Alpha posts. So I think today we're going to reach, here's my call for today. We're going to have over $100 million inflow for ETH ETFs. And I think I'm going to make another call that this week, there's going to be one day where we break the all-time high for ETH ETF inflow. It's not that high. It's 200 something.
Yeah, that seems, I like that prediction.
I
bet that.
Yeah, look at this, right? So I was looking, dug very deep in, not very, but I spent quite a bit of time researching this weekend. So if you look into that, the biggest inflow was Friday at 85. The day before, Thursday was 79. Wednesday was 50. So you can see this incremental increase here. there hasn't been flows like that since the day that the day came out.
Right. I mean, they were pathetic flows, right?
They were
Like, there was a couple big days in September, but that was it.
4 mil, 7 mil, and then it was like zeros every day, except for down days, like -60, -10. Like it's, you know. So actually, look at this, between July 23rd and October 28th, -500 million was the flows on ETH. There's a catch-up trade here.
Yeah,
definitely.
And Sol, I mean,
Sol looks great, right? Like,
it's tough to say ETH is gonna. I have trouble saying that I like ETH over Sol here, because every time I think that, Sol actually ends up like just.
So 40% move on Sol takes it to 300. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible.
40% move on Sol. You're right, 300, yeah.
It looks like that chart makes it look like it's going to keep running.
I mean, this chart looks like this one. Bitcoin. But Bitcoin when it was here.
Right.
At 70K. You know what I mean?
So the probably speed runs to 250. We'll see what happens at 250.
Wow, guys, what a time to be alive. We waited so long for
What a time.
Do you know how long we waited for this? I mean, of course you guys know, because you were there. You guys were hosting your fucking Lucky Trader thing every day. You know?
Yep.
Fuck.
We earned this.
No.
Another wild one. One of my is we haven't talked a ton about Sui. I mean, we've been talking about Sui. I remember when Mando was mentioning it was like $1, then it was $1.25, then it was $1.75.
What a trade.
Go look at the weekly.
Yeah, come in.
Since the Trump election on Sui, it went 175 to 325 in 5 days.
Sweet trading, like Trump is building world liberty on there. I don't know. Like, fuck me, dude. Look at that.
It's important signal, right? I think so. Like the next man up L1 trade, it's Sui, right? Like maybe you could argue Monad and Barachain steal mind share whenever they come out. I don't really know. I don't have insight into when that is. For now, it's Sui. It's the next one up.
Yeah, it's I can't disagree with you. I mean, even Mando said at some point, like his thesis not taking a trade was that he felt like for valuation FDV it was properly valued. But the thing is, then he said this weekend he put a good tweet out. You know, it says, "Don't think," like he said. His point on valuations made a lot of sense to me. He said, "Don't try to make sense of valuations." I think we're at this stage of the cycle.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a mindset shift from bear market to bull market. I think a lot of us are still kind of going through that of not clipping out too early, letting winners run.
Yeah. It's
not mid-curving trades.
Yeah, I'm not mid-curving anything here. I think this is just all gonna. It's also like everything's going right. So it's not like you could be in Sol, I could be in ETH, this person could be in Sui, next person could be in Bitcoin, some other person could be in fucking Cardano, bro. Like it doesn't matter. It's genius season. We're all geniuses. The question is, are you gonna make the most out of it? You know what I mean? So the question is like, it's genius season until it's not. Everybody's right. Everybody's so smart. Everybody's such a good trader again, right? Including myself, right? All of us. But how much are you going to capitalize on it? You know what I mean? Is the real question. By the way, Bitcoin's about to hit $84,000 right now.
No way.
Yeah,
Is
way.
this just speed running?
Way, brother. Way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Way is the way. Way is the way. Anyways, what else, boys? I mean, where do we go? Where do we go from there? Our coins are doing good. Some majors are solid. Tyler, where do you want to take this?
Pull up the Solana meme coin board. We have to
pull up the Solana meme coin board. Is there a way to pull it just Solana? Solana here.
Filter by chain. Yeah, there you go.
Boom, and then I go by market cap.
Those are by volume today. This will tell the story.
One to your right, a couple to your right.
What?
Volume. There it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So I woke up at 4:30 this morning to the news that Binance had surprise listed PNUT and ACT ACT. ACT is up 2,100% at 469 million.
Oh my god, dude! What is this? What is this?
20. It wasn't even like a top tier AI. All these AI influencers, and they're putting out their tier lists. Act wasn't even in like the top
Wait.
2 tiers.
That's the coin that my boy George bought, and I talked about on the show. Wait,
I don't remember even talking about Act. I mean,
yeah, we
it's
did.
the
Did
AI.
you see it? Because it's the
don't think so.
coin of the guys who actually made Truth Terminal. We talked about it. I said my normie friend is asking why is Mando following this page, and then he bought some because Mando was following the page. I don't know if he kept. Oh, he sold it.
Yeah. Who won? I mean, it looked like it was dead. It looked like it was totally dead.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him.
Well, the
Fuck.
dev was like not, I guess, fudding. I'm not sure the best way to characterize
yeah, I know
it.
what you
Fudding is fair or not.
But why did this get listed, Logan? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, nobody's talking. Like,
No clue.
there's a million other coins I picture above that one, right?
No clue.
Even gold, by the way.
I don't think anybody has any real idea, and that's partly the outrage.
Like, what's this bullshit, right? Like, what's up? What's going on at Binance? Like, you guys trying to get in trouble again? Like, I don't get it.
The peanut trade. I thought I had a nice little 2x trade on peanut. Looks like I should have held it. 420 million, up 350% on the back. I mean, I also thought the peanut trade was over. It looked like, and I was just wrong. The Binance cabal, they wanted to see peanut fly.
I'm curious if any listeners got into peanut when Tyler and I were talking about it. I remember I said I took the trade at 125 mil here. You and I talked about it last week. I wonder if someone took the trade with me.
Oh,
Sadly, my dumbass rotated it, but it's okay. I rotated into something that's up. But fuck, that would have been a nice trade.
So there is going to be significant impacts from this surprise Binance listing. And now no one is ever going to sell their bags. And it's not even going to be like the most obvious ones with the most volume that are going to get the spot listings, right? And folks are probably going to hold longer now. Like I know I am. Folks are going to try to guess the next one. People think it might be Luce. Guess what? Luce's up 55% at 100 million now. So we're already seeing the next people trying to guess the next one, because apparently if you guess it, you instantly get a 4 to 10x.
Yeah, Luce makes the most sense. It's very Cabal-y, very same run, like same shit, same vibe. Mudang went psh, Peanut followed Mudang. I have no Luce, by the way, y'all. I don't think I plan on making that trade. But
I missed it. I can't ape it here at 100 million.
Yeah, it's tough, right? I think this is where you close your computer and log out. Like you close your exchange. Like you delete your exchange applications if you have your thing. Like you just delete your exchange app. Because everything is going to go up forever.
If you're in the right things.
Yeah, but even if it's BTC Sol, right? Let's say you're like, I'm long BTC, like ETH and Sol. Like I just don't. I keep making these like targets in my head.
Bitcoin's at 84K.
Yeah, like these targets make no sense anymore. Look at this. You guys want to see something cool? This is gonna break out on the show probably. Ethereum. I think ETH is gonna go nuts.
It's lagging for sure.
It's lagging big.
Do you think if ETH goes nuts, things on ETH go nuts? Because I've been like, trying to sort of prepare myself for that for a while now. And nothing is really, you remember like Ether Vista launched its like pump fund. I thought maybe some stuff would happen there. Nothing ever did. Maybe we just need more absurdity in terms of the base, not literally base, but the ETH, price to create that absurdity.
Should we go take a look over at ETH memes here?
Let's do it. And Pepe's even on the day. Mog is
for now. Yeah. Someone sold a $2 million clip of Mog. I saw that.
Times are tough for the Moggers.
Yeah, someone sold. Don't worry, Tyler. Every single time you dance on Mog's grave, it literally does a 2x from there. So it just confirmed it.
I'm still waiting for a 2x.
Long Mog. I mean, this looks. Let's talk about Pepe first, right?
Mm-hmm. Pepe looks. I mean, so Pepe was even on the day, but it had a huge week. It's up 50%.
Fuck, look at this.
So it's over 5 billion. I think if Doge continues to run, Pepe's a top 25 meme coin, top 25 overall crypto coin now. You have to assume Pepe continues to move up.
Yeah.
And the thing about moving up now, a 20% clip on Pepe is now adding $1 billion in market cap. So the wealth effect, you have to think, starts moving downstream. And we really haven't seen it. So Nero, I think, has been the biggest winner that not really that many people are talking about. Probably the cabal coin. Nero is over $1 billion now.
Wow.
The first Nero, right? Isn't even labeled as such.
The main one. I don't know how to.
Wow.
Yeah, first Nero on Ethereum. You can see in the banner there.
Wow.
So how
Coinbase
fast-
International listed perps for that. That was a while ago, maybe last week.
So it doubled from the Trump election. That's a quick double. So yeah, you think there's got to be I think the ETH memes feel like they're lagging. It's like SBX has been chopping.
Well, Doge,
Mog has been chopping.
that was up huge, right? The Department of Governmental Efficiency.
It didn't get the Binance listing, Logie. I can tell you that much.
Well, not yet.
But yeah, Doge. I'm flooding because I Doge is one of my bigger ETH bags. I like that token a lot.
It's absolutely insane, guys. It's just nuts what's going on. What else is on ETH? I mean, obviously you have Mog, which had that crazy wick this morning. Look at this.
Someone sold 2 million.
But it got bought up right away. So that was good to see. You always like to see these signals when that happens. So it's still there, still playing the course here.
Looks
Still
good.
playing the course. Looks okay.
Looks good.
The Murad memes, I mean, we're having quite a bad weekend. But let's see what they're at today.
They're lagging for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely lagging. I mean,
The biggest winner, Lock-in, I think, is the biggest winner from this list.
Lock-in's been trading good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did really good on that. Like, Lock-in's been doing good. Like, compared to the rest of his list, like, I don't know. There's a good bid for it.
I think you and I were looking at this list and saying like, what looks the strongest. We both kind of landed on Retardio, right? Retardio at 2 million. It hasn't really got a post-Trump pump yet.
We haven't. But you know what? You buy stuff. I mean, do you buy stuff that's red now?
I only buy massive green candles. So I'm probably not the best person to ask.
What do you think, Logan? If you had to pick a Murad meme here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I still love Mog. That's one of the ones that culturally, to me, is, most strong of this list. This just personal in my understanding and interpretation of the cultish nature of these. So I still really like Mog. And then I was, I'm still like that USA. I know it's been horribly outperformed. It's one of the ones that, I don't know, like that one makes sense to me as a potential cult. And it just hasn't done anything. It's
a political trade.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. But I don't know. That's still one that I have my eye on. It's still on of the Murad memes on my watch list. The only 3 listed are Mog, Ticker Bitcoin, and USA.
I like Ticker Bitcoin. I liked USA a bit. I wrote it with Tyler. I sold that in like 30s because I just thought it was too political.
It's been disappointing, but it's still like my original thesis was just purely that it was the cheapest coin on the list. And I think it still has that, but it's been a tough hold this past week when everything else is up 50 to 100% and it's down. So yeah,
it's dude. It's the political trade. They're all cooked. It could be on Murad's fucking list for all it's worth. I think, I think it's cooked. No, genuinely mean that. Like, it's just political, right? It's not business.
I think people are starting to question, like, so why I have the Murad memes not pumped? And like, they definitely have not compared to the rest of the meme winners of the past 5 days. But they also front ran the move quite a bit.
Yeah, they were way up before everything. Come on.
They kind of led the charge for the most part, other than like
the whole meme cycle.
Like Goat and Flog and a few other things. So you got to give them some credit, but like we're watching, the clock is ticking. Like if these things don't start moving in the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to wonder, if he needs to do some resuscitation.
He'll just tell you to zoom out, man. 2025.
No, he will, but I'm too zoomed in to zoom out right now. That much is a fact.
You're too zoomed in to zoom out. Interesting.
Logie, did you follow this since?
Just a little bit. A friend of ours sent it to me yesterday around 20 million. And I was sort of hosting people, so I didn't really dig in too deep. But afterwards, I've been able to do some research. I think it's around 40 million now. It might have ran up even much higher than that at one point. But basically, this looks like another sentient agent account. And the thing that we've been talking about, Mando, specifically about, a core developer group, that's where you have the connection here. A connection to Shaw from AI16Z and a notable, what appears to be a notable and a committed development team, this Somewhere Systems, working on this. So that's all I have at this point in time. But that might be enough to make this stand out, right? It's not just another chat bot Twitter account. You have a team here.
Me to this AI meta, because I obviously I saw Frank made $1 million on Zero, bro. Congrats, love that. I mean, he's probably still in, right? So it's maybe down a bit now. So Frank made $1 million. He was talking about on his stream. I saw a video. It's good shit for him. I love that. He's been locked in. So what's the latest in the AI meta? Zero Bro still 84. Because I personally you give me Zero Bro in the 60s, I'm buying. This is where I was thinking of bidding. So the fact that Sense came out and kind of it was Sense that they took all the heat away from Zero Bro last night.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I saw it in real time. I had both charts open. One was going like this, the other one was going like that. It was real time.
Yeah, I think it's just a natural sort of repricing of these what I'm going to deem good AI projects. You know what I mean?
What are your top 5? What's the stuff that people are buying?
Yeah, so clearly GOAT still. I mean, I know it's pulled back even since last night. It may have hit 920 or something like that. GOAT's up there. I think Zero Bro has cemented itself at this point in time as one of. Let me scroll to my AI watch list. I'm on the wrong computer here. I'm blanking on stream as to what some of the others are notable. Of course, like Fartcoin. I saw some comments here off to the side. When I was thinking about Binance listing next one, that was one of the first things that came to my head.
What is it? Excuse me?
Fartcoin.
Let's pull it up.
It's at 150 million now, I think. It's got the absurdity, of course, of being named Fartcoin. Plus, it has the AI tie-in. I own none. I have absolutely none. It was another one that was sent to me really early in the 6 million, and I kind of laughed at the guy. It was like, why? What is the thesis here? Of course, many times when it's that early, there is no thesis. It's people are buying and it's going up. And I just didn't take the time to enter this trade. But this would be another one that I think clearly in the top 5 of the AI coins. This might be number 2 behind GOAT. I think by market cap it probably is.
Well, ACT is number 2. ACT is number 2.
ACT is now de facto number 2.
I would not have had ACT on my top 5 yesterday.
No one did.
No.
So USIM was. I've seen a lot of chatter on USIM. It's at 40 million. Shijin, which is 20 million. Shagath is still hanging out at 20. Genon still 20. E/ACC still hanging out.
Is there in the index somewhere, category index somewhere that we can just review every day?
Yeah, probably on CoinGecko. There's an AI board. I have a
Z. Wow.
I know, and I never made an entry on this, and it's the one that I keep saying that I want to pay attention to. I've said it for the last week.
I want to dedicate some Solana to the AI stuff. I mean, I could have before. I get it, but I may as well just do it here if it's going to be up only.
Yeah, I mean, this is still full disclosure. I have no position, but the one that is of most interest for me to lock into paying attention to. For you mentioned being at your computer. Had I been at my computer a little bit more this weekend, that would have been on my to-do list, is to learn a little bit more about what's going on here and what the next steps are. I think the first autonomous swaps for the actual hedge fund are supposed to take place this week. And that's just, again, that's part of that differentiation that not all these AI agents have that. Not all these projects with tokens have that. That's one, in my opinion, that as a reason that it stands out as compared to, we've seen the Luna trade, all those things completely unfold. I think people are just kind of trying to back a bit more of a commitment and innovation from real developers and real people trying to push the envelope. So that's a pretty clear one in my head.
Okay. I like that. I think you're onto something. What's this list you sent? Tyler?
I sent you my AI watch list.
But it's not AI. It's showing me. Let me refresh it. Now it works. Sorry. The first. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I wasn't sharing it. No,
Let me AI bookmark it. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay, perfect. That's excellent.
Still
Okay.
market cap. So I mean, the big takeaway is now like so many are running after ACT. All the downstream ones caught a huge bid. Like Flavia is up 180%. Shog is up 90%. Omega is up 100%. Forest is up 63%. So AI sector, it cooled off quite a bit. Like all the betas, like basically went to zero, and now it's very hot again.
You got to get AI 16Z on this list, Tyler.
Yeah,
I can never find the correct
it's
one.
AI. It's the one that's at 50 mil.
Yeah,
it's like hidden when you search. Oh, I found it. Okay, I'll add that.
Yeah, that's a good one to have on there. But I mean, this list, I remember looking at this list, last week. I'm pretty sure Flavia was in like the 600K range.
I mean,
and of course,
really rugged, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not notable at this point in time, but in that, it was during that first run where it went from like 0 to 40 million in like a day. It did one of those things.
Yeah.
So,
it was like even more, I think. It's insane. So that's that. Okay, so AI is interesting. So what is Sense exactly? This came out last night out of nowhere. It went to like 50 mil.
Yeah, it's just another autonomous agent from a development group that I believe, if I'm reading this tweet correctly, forked some of the code from ELIZA, which is what Shaw is working on with AI 16Z. So just another committed development group. And again, not one of these kind of copy paste chatbot things. And sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, to me, it's a little bit of what Tyler was just discussing. Some of the downstream catching steam and people seeing and sort of repricing what a good, AI or a potential autonomous agent could, could represent price wise. Because you saw Zero Bro run from 11 to like 100 last week. And if you feel like you have a good one on your hands, there's no reason for it to be, not my saying, but like I think the market is telling you, right? There's no reason for it to be less than whatever 30, 40, 50, whatever cent is at now.
Okay, interesting. I think if Mando was here, I'm gonna sound like Mando here. I think this is all really bullish for GOAT.
Yeah, because
isn't GOAT? I have zero bags in all the AI stuff, by the way. Just I'm so invested in so many. I'm trying to like focus. Is GOAT not the first to run this narrative? Was GOAT not the first? Is GOAT the first narrative AI play?
I think so.
Right. That's what I mean. This is Mando's thesis, and Mando's a very, very intelligent investor, right? Like he was tweeting again this weekend about how he believes this is really the one. I mean, what do you guys think here? You guys have been in the AI trenches way more than me.
Yeah, it's one of my larger bags. Full disclosure. I don't know if it's like the first ever time that this happened, right? But what's important about this one is it's the first time like AI and crypto kind of came together.
So he said,
acknowledging that.
This is the tweet. GOAT was the first interaction we have seen between agentic. How do you say that word?
Yeah, agentic.
Agentic. That's a complicated word. GOAT was the first interaction we have seen between the agentic AI and crypto. It has a claim for first AI money. The mid take is thinking an AI coin after is valuable because the AI can do more things. Thoughts?
So
yeah, I think
all the futures. Yeah, go ahead, Lowen.
I think you're seeing the mid take, or as Mando describes it. I think that's what you're seeing play out right at this very moment. Right, you're seeing these other projects, these other autonomous agents that do have more capability, that are maybe a bit more buttoned up, that aren't just tweeting horny, not safe for work stuff. And that's interesting to people. And those things clearly have, a fair price, of course, but they were after. And the narrative, I do believe, started and was established with GOAT. And full disclosure, GOAT is my biggest Solana meme coin position as well. But I just, I agree with this thesis as laid out by Mando.
I mean, Mark Andreessen anointed it. It's the first AI money coin that is relevant and has gotten out of just our tiny crypto Twitter bubble. Like that is in the past now. It is cemented, and it is a part of the history. So it's the first major one. Totally agree with Mando. There are going to be better, more powerful AI agents that come out afterwards. That is a fact. But they will all be betas.
Yeah, like for me, I didn't feel FOMO missing cent. I felt relief being able to buy soon zero bro lower. So I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But I don't know. So if gold is the leader, what's the second leader? There's always like a second leader. Is it zero bro? Is it zero bro? Or is it not? Like I don't know. I love the way this guy's this age whatever thing is tweeting. Like it's funny.
Its account is good. I think it's the best of the
We
account.
talked on Zero Pooch, by the way, on Friday, 10x. That was funny because I that was a nice little fucking serving. And also, did you guys notice in the bio? It hasn't been there the whole time.
Oh no, I didn't notice that.
This was added this weekend.
What is that?
This is the Zero Bro contract address in the Zero Bro account bio.
Interesting. Yeah, that helps.
But see, look at this. Like, Sense is the first sentient AI that has memory. Cool. But like, to me, you're just mid-curving at the stage, right?
Yeah, there's always going to be like the first new twist.
Like the tech for Sense is superior to all other. I believe it. I believe you. Crime wave, nice. But I believe you. I just wonder if the meme coin makes it. Is that enough to, you know what I mean? What do you think here? Like, there's always gonna be better tech. That's obvious. Like, there's better tech than, you know what I mean? There's always better tech.
I mean, it's just like the broader like Solana meme coin market, right? Like you have big winners and you have plenty that run in the wake of those. It's like in our zoo animals, in our dogs and cats. It's all the same thing. I think goat's going to go into billions, and we already have ACT at 400, 500 million. So we'll see several get to 9 figures. And I think why people like it is because it does feel like a sector where you can apply some critical thought. And it's not just like, oh, totally left curve. This is a cute dog with a hat on. I'm going to buy it. Like, this is where you can actually do some due diligence and research. Like, who's the team? Like, is the tech actually good? All of that. So I think people like that because you can find an edge that way.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're just on the cusp of this, right? It's just going to continue to explode. And it's probably good for the sector because more AI researchers are probably going to see this and figure out there is money to be made over here.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, interesting. All right, shit. I just saw the time. Thanks, Tabs, for pinging me. We do have to do Arbitrum and definitely want to talk about our layer race announcement. But was there anything else you want to slide in before that? Or unless you want to keep it for tomorrow?
I sent you the OpenSea tweet. It's a little bit up in our chat. I think we got to just quickly pull it up.
We can like that, or we can like have a bigger.
Okay, we can hold it. Yeah, because I don't think we're going to see any more.
I want to go at length in the OpenSea stuff because I think it's actually just something more there, right? To cover, unless you want to cover NFTs.
We can pull the runes board. Maybe that's a quick one, right? So
but we're cooking.
Green.
Sheesh! $300 million pubs, baby.
This is important because it's happening while Bitcoin is running. And again, a lot of people thought like, are runes going to pump alongside Bitcoin? I think a lot of the consensus was no. Like, NFTs typically didn't pump when we saw the majors run like this. But the runes are doing a little different. So what do we have? Oh, pups, 300 million. Man.
Bro,
Nice.
I'm fucking cooking right now. That airdrop is back over 6 figures. I never touched it.
Even Dusty RSIC is catching a bit. That's when you know that it's hot.
Yeah. It's just funny. It cashed me a bit. It's still lower than when I sold that one time, I think. Or like at that level. That is the same.
It's still 70% off all time.
Yeah.
Update on the pups. Airdrop is back to 100K. Okay, nice. That's nice. Peak was 250.
And Gizmo was the big winner of the week. But
oh, look at this one though. Look at this one though.
Yeah.
Look at this. Can we talk about puppets pumping 25% on Bitcoin up to 84K? Can we talk about this?
They like it.
I'm sad. I tweeted about it on Friday. I tweeted that I thought puppets seemed incredibly cheap at $10,000 if we expected things to get silly. And it seems like it got a little silly, and it is only primed to probably get even more silly.
I mean, look at the Bitcoin puppets chart. This is insane.
It looks good, guys. I have not been getting. I'm still so burnt by NFTs, it's hard for me to get like, man, I can't. I'm so bulled up to buy
These
NFTs.
are not NFTs.
They are.
Ordinals.
Okay.
They're NFTs rebranded and minted on the Bitcoin blockchain.
All right. I'll ask you point blank. Do you think Bitcoin puppets outperform pups? The pups rooms.
I don't know. I don't ask myself that question because I have a bag of both.
You have both, but like I don't, right? So like I'm a market participant, so I have to make that decision. I think the pups rooms is the better play.
I think I'm with you, Tyler.
I think I'm with you for the start of the cycle. I'd like to I don't know about it when NFTs kick in because we've seen NFTs go crazy. We know what happens to that, right? So like how many Bitcoin puppets are there? 10,000? 10,001, right? So it's 10,000 times 0.15 Bitcoin is the floor price right now times 83. What's Bitcoin at?
84.
Oh, you call it 84. Fuck. Wow, that's nice. 84,000. So the puppets market cap right now is 125 million. And pups is 300.
Okay. That's interesting. So I think pups can legit get to like 2 billion or higher.
13 billion is a prophecy. So yeah.
That'd be nice.
I got checked yesterday. I said I'm gonna reconsider at 500 sats and see what I do, though I'm probably gonna hold. And people were like, did you not know about the prophecy? I'm like, brother, I am so deep in the Bitcoin puppet lore, bro, that I know all about it. It's just I said I'll revisit.
Yeah, I guess I think puppets would be higher than half a Bitcoin in that scenario.
So puppets all-time high was 0.44.
Right.
But 0.44 at 100K is different as 0.44 at 50K.
It is significantly.
I think, but 0.44 at 100K is 1/10 of what the apes went to. Perspective for you.
Yeah. True.
I think puppets peak euphoria, $100,000 puppet. And that could be one Bitcoin. That's my call.
I think you need Bitcoin to go higher.
Sure. But I do think puppets, hit that point.
It seems reasonable.
I'm shaving my puppets bag at the Bitcoin, at the puppets all-time high. So that's 4.4 this time. That's why I'm shaving like a third. But I've got a lot. So that's that. No, I agree. All right. Well, look, let's go deeper into NFTs tomorrow. Let's go deeper into all of it. NFTs, OpenSea, all this news, etc. We had some Layer East news. I knew you covered it. Maybe I'll give it to you, and then I can double down, and then we'll talk Arbitrum.
Yeah, the headline here is Hashkey Capital Decrypt partnering up here. They're launching Layer East Media. The idea here is it's a list of Apex leading Web3 publications, and the Decrypt team and Hashkey are going to help connect projects in the West who want to get exposure to the East, into Asia. They know that that's where a hungry group of people, a huge component of broader crypto is. It's hard to reach them in our crypto Twitter bubble. This is a new mechanism to help reach them. That's my understanding of this. I'd love to hear more from you too, Farouk.
Yeah, of course. I mean, big shout out to Elon, who's the co-founder of Decrypt. He led that initiative. We're all so busy and spread so thin. So I found out about Layer East like 6 months after. But obviously just kidding. But it's great. I mean, look, it's I wrote my thoughts here. I've pinned on my Twitter if people are curious about it. But basically, we figured that we'd partner with like the leading media brands in the East to create this sort of an alliance so that we can like support each other more. We all believe that, there is a lack of collaboration in the media industry and crypto in general. And there's a lot of competition that's over the same people, which makes no sense to me. That's something I noticed even more when we did the merger with Decrypt. And I got, to see it from that perspective. And so I think that this is going to be also a great way for us now on the Decrypt Rug Radio, the downside to onboard potentially these media brands into Myriad. So, if you can read between the lines and see where we're headed with this, then you'll understand that this is a much bigger play at stake for us. But we're very bullish on Asia. We always have been. If you followed me since I founded Rug Radio, you know that this has been my play since the very first day, and then Decrypt has always done that. And so it's been great to be able to really to go all in with that. So it was signed at Defcon in Thailand Blockchain Week yesterday. Love to see that. Shout out to Puke Rainbow and the Pukecast team who represent us there and signed the MOU on our behalf over at Decrypt. So it's been great. Love to see it. Check it out. It's my pinned tweet. And that's that. Thank you for covering it. Anyways, next up and last up, ARB update. What are our homies over at Arbitrum? Arbitrum, dude, DeFi. What's ARB even trading at? ARB would be up a lot right now. They probably don't want us to talk about this. Fuck it. It's good. It's good. This DeFi is DeFi era, right?
It's up 33%. That's a good week. But the big news is this new stylus Sprint. So they are encouraging builders to come build high performance, compute intensive apps via their stylus tooling and or their infrastructure. If you aren't familiar with stylus, again, this was the update that allows programmers to compile on EVM in additional languages outside of just core Solidity. I think Rust is one of the additional languages that gets pulled in, which is native to the Solana builders. So it's opening up the pie for a larger group of coders and devs to come in. As for the stylus Sprint, applications are open starting today. It's an 8-week application process, 2 weeks of reviews, and then it's going to be a 1-year sprint. So basically, it starts in January, going to be a 1-year sprint for these groups who get into the program. They're accepting RFPs, applications, and all ideas are welcome. So definitely encourage builders to go check that out if you haven't already. A few other pieces of news in the Arbitrum ecosystem. Defcon, they have an event on Wednesday at Blockchain Thailand. A bunch of events. They have one with Azuki. Devcon. Their event Devcon starts on Wednesday. They have several events this week. One with Azuki actually that does start today. And as a part of this event and new partnership with Azuki, they also have this Boop Zuki mint. It is a new Azuki character. It's like the Boop dog and the typical like Azuki elemental
Boop Zuki
style. And it's a free mint on Zora. So,
let me check this out.
Inside.
Oh my God, this is so funny. Is that it? Andy Dufresne, Boop the coin is committed to Arbitrum because it provides tokenized never give up. Largest, most decentralized meme on ARB, cheap and fast. Look, I have none of that. Just covering obviously what's happening in the ARB weekly, right? So we have to cover this stuff, but that's interesting. Okay. Looks like they're trying to
why not?
Integrate the token, the meme coin ecosystem, right?
Yes. Very cute dog.
The Zuki elementals were like the best ones, right? Like the animals within the elementals.
Like it was at the wrong point in the cycle, and there was the raise, but the elementals aren't as great.
Yeah, dude, that is really cool. Look, the boys that are the fam over there is cooking. That's for sure. Dude, did you know that Myriad closed beta with only 1,000-ish, 1,200 weekly active users? We've recorded over 150,000 transactions on Arbitrum already.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. So shit's opening soon. Woo! It's gonna be exciting. So stay alert. All right, Tyler, Logan, we have a lot to talk about today. A lot of stuff we didn't cover. It's okay. We'll cover it tomorrow morning for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.